The MLS Next Cup always delivers. 3 homegrown champions have been crowned over the course of the last 2 days. Now one more opportunity to culminate a season with a cup title. Bergen, TFA, and Orlando have had their breakthroughs. Time to find out who's next. This is the MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate. We've reached the final match of Championship Sunday. The U19 Homegrown division takes center stage now. St. Louis City and Columbus Crew hoping to earn their first MLS Next Cup title in club history. Amidst the picturesque scenes here in Utah, one more champion to be crowned. St. Louis has arrived after a methodical 3-0 win over LAFC in the semis, 2 goals in 9 minutes, knocking the California side out. Columbus just survived a shootout win with Barca residency, 4-3 in penalties. To make their way here to this destination, the MLS Next Cup final in beautiful Salt Lake City. Great to be alongside former MLS striker Kalen Carr. I'm AJ Ricketts. I'm really disappointed that the week is coming to an end. It's been a fantastic time, but we've got a great matchup here ahead to culminate what's been a great MLS Next Cup. Yeah, we got to go out with a bang with the finish. We've had some incredible finals. Last night, I think 4-3. This last game we did earlier today, 2-2 in penalties. So dramatic finishes. So we'll see what we have. Maybe the best for last today. Yeah, you can see how much it's meant to all the athletes here. Let's take a look at the starting 11s. First for Columbus, come out in a 4-3-3. There's Next Pro athletes all over this starting 11. Isaac Tortola slides into the starting 11 today along the front 3. Emmanuel Ewing scored in the quarterfinals to make it a 2-0 game. He's been a prevalent goal scorer all throughout the academy season as well. Plenty of talent and Next Pro representation on the St. Louis side as well, also coming out in a 4-3-3. Watch out for Stone Marion here today. 4 goals in this tournament. And the Wakwo brothers up front, Chidubi and Chianozzi in Wakwo. They have combined for 3 goals here in this tournament. We're just about set to go here in Harriman, Utah at Zions Bank Stadium, home of Real Monarchs, home of the South Korean national team home base this past week, and home of the MLS Next Cup final. U19 Homegrowns. Pleasure to have you with us over the course of the last week. One more to go. St. Louis and the White Kits will be starting off from left to right. Columbus, who have an MLS Next Pro title to their name. They won in the first year of the league, looking to add an academy title to their long resume as well. Saw Utah Celtic pick up an academy championship moments before this. 4th game of the day, final match of the tournament. Mentioned Columbus advancing by the skin of their teeth. A 4-3 shootout win over Barca Residency Academy. That followed a scoreless draw in regulation, which was a bit uncharacteristic for Columbus. They have put the ball in the back of the net at a prolific pace here in Utah, outscoring opponents 11-2. The pair of shutouts as well. St. Louis on the front foot here early. Wakwo pushing wide. Early crossing ball, stepped in front of, and an early foul here on City. Always intriguing, interesting to see how these young clubs come out in their debut championship moment, how assertive, how aggressive they may be, how long it takes to work into the flow of a match. Our first game today, Kalen, that was answered resoundingly fast. 18 seconds was all it took for our first goal. Yeah, you never know in a final, especially when that opportunity is going to come, and early mistakes, you have to keep an eye on it. It was an own goal in that match, so the nerves will play a part when you make a final, and some fatigue as well. These guys have put a ton into this tournament, but you want to pay it off with the championship. Crafty move there by Artem Grimblatt to avoid the pursuing defender. Push to the far side here. Alex Gimple playing up. And a throw here for Columbus. Kimball has been on the Crew 2 matchday squads. Scored in the round of 16 against Metropolitan Oval. Obviously, when you're talking about the U19s, you will see plenty of MLS Next Pro representation, players who are in active discussions for minutes and playing time at the first team level here soon as well. Prince 4-4, Crafty along the left flank. He'll be one to watch today. Pair of goals in this tournament. 4-4, out of play, earns the first Columbus corner kick. Or is out just before the flag, yeah. The throw. Manuel Ewing picked off the ball. See, like Ronda trying to win possession back. Talk about St. Louis's path here. We mentioned the impressive showing in the semis, 3-0 against LAFC. Nwankwo, Marion, and Skaggs all getting on the score sheet. Well, preceding that, a 3-2 win against New York Red Bull. 2-0 against Austin and 4-3 against New England. They haven't had to see a shootout as of yet, outscoring their opponents 12-5 and 2 shutouts themselves. It's made into a difficult angle there. A corner kick conceded by St. Louis. Brady Cochran really had nowhere else to go after it was played back to him. First corner kick of the match.
Good pressure there from Columbus, and the trigger is generally that back pass. Anything that's going backwards or sideways, that's generally the time that you want to go and attack, and pays off here with an early corner kick opportunity. But see St. Louis playing a mixture of zone and man-to-man here in the box.
Good service sent in, falling around the 6. Trickles outside, reset. Nobody there. Thumped away from immediate danger. Chested down along the back line, and now Nwankwo looking to turn. He's quickly held. That'll be foul on Columbus.
Yeah, good turn there from Nwankwo just to leverage his body in between, and St. Louis dropped everybody back to defend those set pieces, so didn't really have an option. Now they get an opportunity to at least take a breath, push up, and get a little better platform for this match.
Both sending it long, and FGCU bounds center back. There's an early touch from Stone Marion, number 14 for St. Louis. He's a center back who can score. He's put one in the net every match for St. Louis. 4 goals in the tourney. Part of the U.S. U18 contingent, coached by Jeremy Hall, who was a former U.S. U18 player himself.
I saw him score a really beautiful free kick as well. Not often you see the center backs get those. It's hard to get their hands on those opportunities, but if you put him in the back of the net the way that he has, got a good argument.
We saw Fakayesi from Atlanta United today, their left back, with a well-executed free kick that on the back of the net.
I don't even count left backs. Those are basically attackers in the modern game.
Yeah.
But those center back captains stepping up to the
whole different ball game there.
Love that.
Kalen Carr making it known, and he doesn't care about fullback free kick takers. Not impressed.
They're all converted wingers.
That's right. Out for a goal kick here. St. Louis have not had to sweat all that much over the course of this tournament. in that 4-3 win against New England. It was a late New England Revs goal. St. Louis had been up 4-2 for a considerable amount of time at that point. Another whistle here. The City will have free kick. Gronda, another foul. Get a bit of a discussion here.
Another good play here to just get that last little touch there from Wankwo, moving forward, and Gronda a little bit late, but escapes the yellow card early. I like the referee deciding to keep that one in the pocket there, and play continues.
Diagonal ball here to Samuel Goldstein. The flag is up along the near side. St. Louis, one of the hottest teams when they came into this tournament. 21-9-3. They've scored 92 goals, and since April began, unbeaten, 10-0-1. And some tough times defensively for the early part of the season. They cleaned things up in that regard. Columbus pushes this forward, looking for a touch inside the box. That'll roll into the hands of Cochran. Now, one of those efforts they'd like to forget defensively was against this Columbus side. First time they met, this is the third meeting this year. First time out, it's a 7-1 Columbus win. Just a thorough thrashing. Much more even second time out in a 1-1 game.
Were we talking earlier today about the 7-1 Brazil loss to Germany?
Yeah, it was the same thing. Balled around here. City gets it out. Stone Marion plays it wide. There's a look. A lot of positive results here for City. Entering this match with all sorts of confidence. Yeah, I remember that Germany-Brazil game. We were talking about it earlier. I had a German and Brazilian teammates at the time. The locker room was an interesting one after that game.
Okay, I thought you meant the person was German-Brazilian. And I was
that
like,
would have
that's
been a tough
mixed emotion.
Yeah.
Two different people. Yeah, 2014, though, that was a host World Cup nightmare for Brazil. We'll see what happens this summer. Both of those national teams always in the mix for titles.
U.S. and Germany will have a final friendly before the World Cup coming up here soon. Fun match today with Senegal. Shoot.
Good start.
Couple of defensive lapses after the mass substitutions. But in the end, that 3-2 win for the Stars and Stripes. Columbus working possession here. Talk about this season. Crew U19s have had, again, the 18s playing a year up. 21-6-6. Plus 51 goal differential. Did not find the back of the net in their semifinal win. Had to get it done in penalties. Playing wide here. Well done defensively. Here comes City. Again, trying to play it out to Goldstein and release. Just forced to go back. Goes back 4. Unbeaten since April is this Columbus side. 6 wins, 4 draws. Advancing here. That's a good little through ball just out in front. Prince 4-4 could not catch up to it. The idea was there, execution not as much. Columbus trying to grow into this game.
Weren't we just talking about center backs carrying the ball forward or showing off the attacking qualities? That was a really good example there. Donato was highly regarded. Really good spot there to win the ball and then drive forward. Tried to slip that last little ball through the window. Just didn't quite connect, but good idea there.
Probably one of the most established players on this Crew roster. He's been in the academy for 3 years now. Signed his Crew 2 deal the same day as 4-4, actually, recently. He's been with the U.S. Youth International squads for the U15s through U17 level. So Donato, the center back spot, very talented here for Columbus. 12 minutes in, still searching for our first shot of the match from each side. Minoto gets it over to Bonos. Tortola lofting it down the sideline. Stone Marion shoved from behind. Alex Gimple not thrilled, but a clear foul. Tortola starting along the right flank today for O'Neal Taylor, who's a fantastic option off the bench for Columbus. And Wokwo taking off the ball. Taylor had plenty of interest from European clubs recently before signing with Columbus. They're thrilled about his future. Maybe the fastest player on the pitch. He'll be one to watch for. He comes off the bench inevitably at some point today. Emphasis on possession from the Ohio side here early. It's the style we've seen from St. Louis, content to sit and play on the counter, to strike quickly when the opportunity is there. And Wokwo had his pass intercepted. 4-4 couldn't knock it forward. Some contact here in the box. Fair meeting of bodies, and it's out of play. Going to be lined up for a City goal, corner kick, though. Their first of the match.
Good pressure there, just to keep scrapping that one out. Now sets up this opportunity, and a dead ball situation, set pieces, so important in tournament play, knockout rounds, all the way to the final. How often do we see these be the decisive moments? So more than anything, mentally you have to stay engaged in these moments, because if we switch off for 1 second, it can be in the back of the net.
Good service in here from City. Columbus first to it. The whistle does blow. There was contact in net with Keller Abbott. U.S. Youth International as well. He's been with the U16s. We're going to call the athletic trainer out for assistance. We'll take a break here. 15 minutes in, no score with St. Louis and Columbus in the U19 homegrown final. Picturesque scenes everywhere you go around the Salt Lake Harriman area. Score 15 minutes in. St. Louis and Columbus. Nice change of pace here out west, Kalen, for our Miami and New York selves.
It's beautiful. Look at that.
Snow. Altitude.
I went on a hike the other day. It was hot when I left downtown Salt Lake, and next thing I know, it was freezing. It was cold.
That's how it works, right?
When you go up, yeah.
Amazing.
I'm just learning so much this trip.
You really like immerse yourself in the whole hiking thing. You know,
I'm
like
really
what you say, do not disturb. You lost your service. You just one with nature kind of thing.
Just unplug, man. New York's crazy. I can't handle it. So really immersed myself in the outdoor backpacking culture here this week.
I think Caitlin Carr is starting to look up some real estate out here. This is the champions thus far through all of our divisions. Remember, first year with the Academy divisions as a part of the action here in MLS Next Cup. Celtic Storm, a Utah-based group, had a lot of supporters just a couple hours ago for their championship. Orlando City getting it done in a shootout We had a thrilling game yesterday that went back and forth with Barca residency and TFA. I had no idea where that game was going from one goal to the next. We would love every game to function like that.
That was a crazy one. That was one of the more absurd matches I've been a part of my young career, but boy, it was fun to be a part of at all. End-to-end stuff.
Just to recap that, he had 2 goals from the same player 80 seconds apart to take a 2-goal lead. And Barca scored a pair of goals 3 minutes apart to fight back right before the end of that match. The games of this tournament. That's a foul on Columbus. Too much there from Emmanuel Ewing. Who has a goal against RSL here in this tournament. Eliminated a hometown team in the quarterfinals. Ewing in the youth national team pool. Wankwo distributes near side. Junt. Good ball across to the back post. Ricocheted to the opposite side. St. Louis asking its first questions of the Columbus defense here. Nearly 20 minutes in. It'll be another corner, their second.
Yeah, it's really good there from Junt just to get to the depth and looking for that square ball across. Did not miss by much. Good pressure there from St. Louis.
Stay away, go.
Junt 2 has time with City. Played short. Nice creative spin there. Laid off back to the 18. Long range effort is immediately cleared back. A touch from Ewing. Quickly spins off. Gets the delicately threaded through ball, but the flag is up. Just mistimed the run. Otherwise, things were really on there for Columbus.
Ewing's had some really bright moments to begin here, and you can see the timing just about a step off. Yeah, just hoping to get that one maybe a step earlier, but it's been really dangerous as far as getting that first touch forward, releasing it, and then getting it back.
4-4 to Ewing. Briefly took a hesitation, tried to slide it across the Tortola. St. Louis was sprinting back defensively. Good footwork on the far side to shut a defender.
That was a great track there from Skaggs, just to not allow that pass to come across. Had to get there and did.
There's Colton Schramm. And 2 U.S. Youth Internationals in a Division I signee along the back 4 for City today. Zach Lloyd over to 4-4. And Ewing have been a fabulous combo all year. Look at the energy from that St. Louis bench after the challenge. Christian Nobo.
I get a kick out of this. All tournament we've been seeing this, which is just a normal tackle. It's a good tackle, but it's funny. These guys get so hyped up, especially anything right around their friends. It just goes to the next level.
It was relatively quiet for a moment, and then Christian Nobo made a tackle.
Hey, who says defenders can't celebrate, right? That's take every opportunity you get.
If you had your eyes closed, you may have thought a goal was scored.
Exactly.
Takeaway. That's a foul on City. Might be a yellow as well. First caution of the match. A little shove to the thoughts known. Now he's jumped into the book.
Yeah, and the yellow is for stopping a promising attack. It's a tactical foul there more than anything physical or malicious. It's really just about stopping Columbus from getting forward in transition. You have to be careful on those square balls across. jump in those lanes well, and if they win it, they can go quick.
Lloyd over to 4-4, the MVP of the 2025 MLS Next All-Star Game. Go-ahead goal in that match to give the East the victory. They're going diagonal to 4-4 here. Not quite able to bring it down. He liked the distribution, though. A thumbs up to his back line. They'd like a do-over there.
Yeah, that big switch, that pattern of play is on for Columbus. I'm going to try to draw them more to the right side, over, and as they shift, that space for 4-4 in behind or Ewing. Nice combination, a lot of power, precision, really good technical ability here on the left side for Columbus.
Yeah, they're real proven options from an attacking mindset up and down this lineup. Whether 4-4, Ewing, we mentioned O'Neal Taylor coming off the bench. Fun roster to tinker with all throughout the season. Shot Abdul Salam, who played for the first team. Originally at Akron, he's an Ohio guy. He's been on both sides of the Ohio-Israel derby. It's part of Columbus's philosophy, right, in terms of the coaching pathway. Guys who have been a part of the organization. Federico Higuain at the MLS Next Pro level, leading the way after some time at Inter Miami too. But he is always known for his career in Columbus and the accomplishments there. Here's Ewing. Lloyd, Upper Arlington, Ohio. He's been with Crew 2. Columbus more than content to play possession of the attacking half here.
Great ball.
Opportunity now, 4-4, having a rip. First real chance of the match for Columbus, straight into the arms of Cochran. A good build-up with all 11 back for St. Louis.
All right, AJ, well, we've had a great tournament together so far. Still plenty of time left, but one thing you have done throughout the tournament is hit me with some trivia, and I'm ready to flip that on its head. Are you ready
come back for vengeance?
Are you ready to potentially have your University of Miami degree revoked?
I am afraid of what's ahead.
Okay.
The degree of difficulty of what's ahead, I'm afraid. Here's Ewing, 4-4 to his left. Out of play. Well defended. What do you have?
Okay, so we're here in Utah, right? And we mentioned
are.
I've been able to take part in the local culture. You as well. I've seen you driving around town exploring.
Yeah.
So what snow-related slogan appears on Utah's license plates? I'll give you some options, okay?
Oh, that's kind of
Is it Snow State, USA?
Okay. Don't think it's that.
Is it the greatest snow on earth? Born to ski or Powder Paradise?
It's definitely born to ski. I have no doubt about it.
That's incorrect. Would you like a second option?
That is. I have no lack of confidence
the
in my
ones
illusions.
left are Snow State, USA, the greatest snow on earth, and Powder Paradise.
Well, I feel the snow accumulation totals are not top 1, 2, or 3 in the country, so I don't feel it's fair for that to be a slogan. Again, I don't know that's a fact, but it's what my feeling is. So I don't think that's correct.
Okay.
Is that the correct elimination?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. What are the other two choices? Powder something?
Powder Paradise and the greatest snow on earth.
The greatest snow on earth sounds better.
Ding, ding, ding.
There you go. I don't think Powder Paradise would be approved in the Utah legislature.
Oh, man. All right.
It's just a hunch. 27th minute here. So I got it on the second try.
Yeah, we'll give you a passing grade there. Just barely.
Pass fail.
Just
All
barely.
right. Is there more on the way, or am I through?
Well, I do have a follow-up, actually, but
Okay,
I
hold
want
on.
to see if St. Louis
Hold
can.
that thought. Junt to his left, slightly being held. That shot ricochets back. Columbus regains possession up to 4-4. Good one-time pass. powder. Just make up the other 3 options there.
I've got a research team behind me. Don't forget. Okay, so the follow-up is what makes it the greatest snow on Earth?
Something about the texture, the skiing for the skiing.
No humidity.
Oh. Which affects the texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort
So
of,
I was.
yeah. Never heard someone describe the texture of snow.
Well, it's that viral clip from the woman's running. The newscaster asked, "Why are you running?" She says, "Snow is great texture," and then she goes off and she falls down on live television.
Oh,
right
now I remember that.
Deep cut right there.
You only watch running videos. I get it.
It's a viral clip. All
Okay,
right.
that's fair. That's fair.
But maybe on my algorithm more than yours.
0-0 here. First half.
Where's Ava?
MLS Next Cup final presented by Allstate.
Good switch. 4-4 now. Just one shot for Colorado in St. Louis through the first half hour. Ewing. Lead back. Granda.
Good patience, but also good recovery from St. Louis. It's gotten really tight in there. Not a lot of space to try to find those little combination plays. Columbus trying to pick the lock, and St. Louis shutting the door.
Tortola along the touchline. Couldn't quite get to it. Still Marion. Steps in the way. Difficult code to crack right now, this City defense.
They've been strong. Positioning, a drop deep at times when they need to. Columbus are patient, though. They haven't tried to panic, but they haven't also found that way through yet.
First time these two teams played, a 7-1 Crew victory. Scored 6 minutes in and then did not look back.
It's hard to imagine this St. Louis team conceding 7 ever.
Yeah, well, their defense was a problem early on in the season at times.
It looks much more solid right now.
They do have 6 clean sheets to their name this year, but hey, go through the list. 7 against Columbus conceded, 4 against Chicago and Miami. Well out of goal. Abbott to the other box. Back and forth in the midfield. Second yellow issued of the match. Junt, wait a minute now. Was Junt carded? Junt was carded in the 21st. That's his second there. Just making sure that was going to him. Alexander Junt has been sent off.
It's a big turn of events for St. Louis City. Now being down a man and losing a midfielder right in the heart of it. And you can see the ball pops up in that foot. It's high, right at the midsection. There is contact. It's the right decision from the referee. Has to pull out the yellow card there. And this early juncture of the match, that's a big loss for St. Louis, now having to defend against a possession-based team and have to chase in this final.
John can't believe it, but yeah, if there's contact there that high, it usually warrants a yellow. I don't know if he was trying to infer that there was no contact to the chest, but even when you give the illusion your boots that high, you're asking for a decision to be made.
Yeah, it's just a quick reaction. The ball popped up on the first touch from Columbus, and then I think you're just going to maybe take a quick bite at the apple. Too late to pull it back, and certainly contact, and from there it's only going to be one answer. And see now how they react in these next couple minutes, dropping into a little more compact shape. We've seen them do that already, but Columbus are really good now with that extra men.
Foul on Columbus. Well, what felt like a difficult road ahead for St. Louis with how possession-based Columbus has been, that task is only going to get more difficult now. Saw a red card early yesterday in a championship match. Certainly affect the proceedings. It was a goal fest the rest of the way after red was given just 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and you feel, in a sense, for Junt as well, because the last thing you want to do is have to just sit and watch for the rest of the match. It's a long one. It'll feel even longer for him, but just have to hope that the team can gut out a result, try to find a way, even down a man.
Already difficult enough to defend Ewing 4-4. Dinoto, when he plays forward, with 11.
Did I tell you I got a red card on my first MLS start?
No, I missed that detail about your distinguished career. What was the root cause there?
Yeah, similarly, a high boot. I was tracking the ball. I was coming over my head, and I put my foot up. I tell you what, I was speaking from experience of having to sit and watch, and ended up losing that match. It was not a final, obviously, but it was going to be a while before I got another start.
Some bad memories conjured up right there.
It was away at Columbus, actually. Forgot.
No.
Yeah.
This is
Chris Leach. I accidentally got him in the head with the bottom of my boot.
So this sending off sits a little too close to home.
Yeah, rookie nightmare.
I'd say you made up for it in the end. It's a nice turn, Rhonda. Ewing along the flank. Columbus a man up to the touchline. Clever footwork here. Ewing to his right. There's space to send it across off the toe. St. Louis treading water a bit, concedes the corner.
Some lovely footwork there from Ewing. Just absolutely dancing with the ball at his feet right on the end line. Get a look at this here. See just the quick feet, the rolls across, just the close control. Pulls it back. I mean, that's just beautiful footwork from him.
He had Colton Tram off balance along the touchline. Rhonda sends this corner kick to the 6. Goldstein is trying to give his defense a moment to recuperate. Now, when you were sent off, did you initially argue that call? Did you have some dialogue with the referee?
Of course. You have to do that.
Because that's a pretty clear-cut thing to get sent off for, right?
If video review was around, I still would have been sent off. But I went back to the, I mean, here you can stay on the bench. I had to leave and go sit in the locker room and just completely by myself.
Not a good feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
So that was at Columbus or against Columbus?
At Columbus.
That was at Columbus. Yeah. It was always packing their stadium, one of the great environments. Just finished up their 30th season in Columbus. A new era right now, right? No, Wilfred Nancy left for Celtic, and that didn't really work out. Now at this point in time, that's the bottom of the MLS standings. Bit of a rough stretch right now after the MLS Cup a few years ago. Run of the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. Had some signs of life recently. Back-to-back home wins. Shifted their shape a little bit. And a lot of work to be done in Columbus at the moment.
And the big news as well is moving on from Rudstrom just before this World Cup break. Laurent Courtois, the ex-Columbus Crew 2 coach, now taking over in his place. I expect it to look more like this. The academy actually looks much more like the Wilfrid Nancy teams in the past, and expect to see Laurent Courtois do more of that.
Second ball here. There's a chance for Columbus. Goes sailing wide. Cochran couldn't bring it in the first time. It's Columbus a bit more on the prowl now.
Yeah, when you play against a low block, sometimes you need to strike from distance, and Gimbel just hits that one. You're just looking for that knockdown. Sean Hare not able to get to that one right on the doorstep. Cochran able to stop the first one, but still under pressure.
Towards the near post. Initial clearance. City looking to release here. Chavez cuts inside. Runners here for St. Louis. Chavez plays it back to Marion.
Yeah, that's all right, though. They're able to push up. Now they find some space. It's going to be really important for St. Louis to relieve pressure. They can't just sit back in a shell defensively. Have to take these moments to use the ball, keep possession when you can, see if they can find any opportunity, but a big part of it is not just defending.
Nearly got through to Nwakwo. Couldn't quite get in the sliver of space there. Columbus side that on the first team level had that heartbreaking loss to Cincinnati in the first round of playoffs last year. 2-1 in that third matchup to end the season. We've been talking all over the course of the week. Just because they're in the bottom half of the East or West standings, there isn't that considerable of a gap between that and the playoff line. Work to do. They sit in 10th as it stands. Over to the right side, Gimple. Bonus, excuse me. Nwakwo. Chinozie Nwakwo to his older brother. Carried back. Goldstein. A lot of black jerseys around. Weaving to the middle of the pitch. Chavez. St. Louis will have no problem with this as it currently stands. 41st minute. Just trying to get to the half. Regroup, recuperate after the sending off of their midfielder, Alex Jung.
Yeah, they're going to use this opportunity. As we mentioned, you have to manufacture chances, and down a man, set pieces, dead balls, throw-ins. Looks like they're going to try to take this one long. They brought up both center backs, Stone Marion as well.
Backside.
Good turn from Nwakwo. Schramm making an underlapping run. Skaggs plays back. Trip Clancy, who's had City 2 time. Number of appearances starting last year. City 2 currently one of the top teams in the East in the next pro standings. 4-4 takes a Stram off the ball. Good switch to the far side now. Tortola waits for reinforcements. Ewing has a go straight into the arms of Cochran. Third save for Brady Cochran today. Nwakwo was calling for it on the near side. All sorts of space for a moment before Lloyd took the angle away. Skaggs goes to No, and Walkwell.
Up. Good. Up.
Oh, great threaded ball through, but the flag would have been up. It is. Now let's see. Whistle's blown.
Yeah, but that's actually really good from St. Louis. They've been pretty efficient since going down a man and had some opportunities, even with Columbus dropping deep, almost too deep for my liking. That extra man advantage, no real reason to sit like that, and it allowed St. Louis to get comfortable, and center back stepping forward almost slipped one in.
I feel they've had more possession in the attacking half since going to man down than they did in the first half hour at full strength. 4-4. Ronda over to the right side now. Just a few minutes left in this first half. Columbus out shooting St. Louis, but just by a 3-1 tally. Alex John, a pair of yellow cards in the 21st and 31st minute. Sent off. Columbus haven't yet to be able to take advantage. Ewing gets another corner, though, for Columbus. They're fourth here of the half.
And good defending from Nobo. It's a center back. Ask those questions of, can you come out and defend in space? And Ewing, seen how tricky he can be with the ball at his feet. But that was well defended.
Ref, I need you to watch the shirt here, yeah.
44th minute. Fourth quarter on its way to the back post. Got a hand on it and goal. Falls at the feet at the 18 and then just out of the reach of Schoenherr. Schoenherr trying to get himself more involved. He has 2 goals in this tournament.
Yeah, it's well defended here. This one drops right at the back post, and Schoenherr not able to get it a right contact on the back post there.
Columbus just biding their time here. Final minutes of the first half. Tortola with an overlapping run from Gimple. Lays it off. Good service, Sinton. Effectively defended. Now Granda turns, relocates to Lloyd. 4-4 puts the laces through it. Line drive with some venom. Just wide of the right post.
And it looked like he had one thing in mind right as he received it, and got on the half turn and absolutely rifled that.
2 minutes of added time.
Great technique.
There's 2 minutes of stoppage time here to conclude the first half. The sun starts to set here in Harriman. Cochran boots it deep. Nobo advancing forward. On a strong run right now. Look at the speed here. Noto gets in the way of it.
No foul, G. Up. Prince left shoulder. Prince left shoulder.
Clancy a little ginger moving forward behind the play. Now looks to be all right. There's some contact, a bit of a collision, I think, between him and Grinblatt. Advantage was played. Nobo advanced pretty decent amount down the pitch. 47th minute. As Cochran matriculates out of goal. Schramm. Looking for Nwankwo. Instead 4-4. And midfield plays it up. Grimbratt lays it off. Tortola. Just a few seconds to work with now. Columbus a man up and have generated a couple decent chances as a result. But nothing clear cut. Admirable defense in the time since going a man down. for St. Louis. 4-4. Back to goal. Whistle blows. A good defensive effort there here at the end of the half from City.
Yeah, getting to half at 0-0 is going to be fine for St. Louis, with having to go down and suffer. And as we mentioned, the response has been pretty good. Been able to move up. See, they're not going to play anything this last minute, but I think they'll be pleased with the way this first half has gone for them, all things considered.
How aggressive might Columbus be moving forward? Just 5 shots in that first half despite being a man up, and Alex Junt picking up the red card off his second yellow, the 31st minute. A key storyline here in the first 45, with no score to speak of in the U19 Homegrown final. St. Louis and Columbus scoreless heading into the locker rooms.
Hi, my name is Maximo Carrizo. I'm a number 10 center attacking mid, and I play for NYCFC too.
Carrizo scores! Land ball out of the back, and it could be a chance here. And there's goal number 1, and it's Maximo Carrizo. It's going to be a chance for Carrizo! Maximo Carrizo with a beauty of a finish.
Carrizo's story begins at home. With parents from Argentina, he grew up in a household where soccer was a way of life.
Both my parents are from Argentina, so there was kind of no option. They're crazy fanatics for the game, and ever since I could walk, I just started kicking the ball with my dad, and it was definitely a big soccer house, and I think playing in the backyard every day with my brothers was something that really helped me develop and really gave me that love for the game.
That backyard passion became something bigger and would take him to NYCFC's academy.
I started playing for a local MLS NEXT team called FC Westchester. From there, I got scouted by NYCFC for the U12 team, and ever since then, I went through the whole academy till I was 14. Then I signed my first pro contract, having to sacrifice, obviously, family time, time with your friends, time with your family, but also something that I've learned is being mentally strong, that knowing it's not going to be a linear way up. There's going to be bumps along the way, and you just have to do your best to push through and not let anything get in the way of your success.
Carrizo's game reflects his roots, a dual identity that defines his style on the pitch.
I like to say I'm very attacking, very direct. I try to be the difference maker. I like to get goals, like to get assists, and I also like to lead on the field. The Argentine grit, I think, is definitely represented in the way that I play. Also the flashiness, the way that I dribble, the way that I look for passes is very Argentine, but then again, I also have the American, work rate and the never give up mentality.
That blend of talent and mentality led to history. In March 2022, Carrizo became the youngest player ever to sign a professional contract in Major League Soccer, a milestone years in the making.
I think it was obviously a surreal moment. I always knew that I was going to be a pro soccer player. I never expected it to be this early, but to have been able to accomplish that was just a big moment for me and my family.
Now, MLS Next Pro is sharpening his game, preparing him for the challenges of the top level and giving him moments to shine.
Yeah, I think Next Pro has been extremely helpful to my development, introducing me to the pro game and getting me used to the physicality of playing with older players.
Playing with Maxi is actually, it makes my job easier. He'll find me. He's an exciting player, scores any assist, so he's an important player.
I think the most memorable moment was playing in our only playoff match with the second team. I think the environment, even though we didn't win, it was just a great experience to be able to compete with some of the best players in Next Pro.
The land ball out of the back, and it could be a chance here. And there's goal number 1, and it's Maximo Carrizo.
And there is the opener, Maximo Carrizo, just 17, clinical finish with his left foot.
I've seen a massive shift in his maturity level and his understanding of his role within the team, even as a leadership role, which is, for such a young player, is quite impressive. And he's been very impactful in the games with us this season. He's obviously had minutes for the first team, and he's really pushing. So, you know, when he comes in, he has a real competitive drive. You know, he wants to win. So he raises the level, he raises the energy, he raises the tempo, the expectations. You know, he's done really well so far with us this season, and we've seen a lot of growth.
Beyond the club, Carrizo represents the U.S. Under-17 national team alongside other standouts in MLS Next Pro.
I think it means everything to be able to represent my country and my family on the international stages, something that everyone dreams of. I think it was a surreal feeling. I think when you see that jersey is when it first hits that you're really playing for your country and you're representing everyone back home, and it was just a great accomplishment for me and my family.
This season, Carrizo's journey reached another milestone, his Major League Soccer debut, alongside fellow homegrown Seymour Reed.
And now the changes for New York City, and Pascal Janssen will turn to a pair of 17-year-olds and says to them, help us get out of here with a result tonight. Seymour Reed and Maximo Carrizo will come into the match for New York City.
From the backyard to the bright lights of MLS, Maximo Carrizo is just beginning to write his story.
MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate, the U17 Academy Division Final. Sporting City against Rochester, New York FC, and inside 10 minutes, a match-changing moment.
Yeah, ball over the top there. Lara's first to it as far as positioning is concerned. Red card there to Campisi. Harsh, in my opinion, but it changes the complete tides of this game here. And you have Liam. He gets the goal scoring, started in the first half, and it wasn't easy for Sporting because Rochester did an excellent job to get numbers behind the ball, but that moment right there is what everybody that follows Sporting City loves the most.
Rochester held on for half hour before Bryden Liam put Sporting in front, but then into the second half, it was Porter Allen in his bag, and Sporting doubled the lead early on.
Yeah. Does very well to get down toward the end line there, and then Enriquez, the number 9, bumps it on. Man, that number 10, that's a young kid, but he's very happy to get himself on the score sheet. Fratman, we're going to continue talking about him because he's got some swag, and we're going to continue to see it. The high press is something that Sporting was being able to rely on throughout the course of this match. And here again, the determination to keep this going. The number 10 in the middle of your screen keeps his feet set, hits a little pirouette. That's a goal scorer's finish because he understands the weight of the goalkeeper is shifting to his right. He makes him shift back to his left and can't get back quick enough. That is excellent stuff from the youngster in Fratman.
Fabulous Fratman finish on the spin at the double. Sporting City were rolling in the second half.
Yeah, their patience is what allowed them to find more joy in the second half. They rely on it here. Again, how many times is it going to be said, Porter Allen, this kid can ball, and he finds himself on the score sheet for the 9th time in this tournament, Carter.
Scored in all 5 games en route to the championship. A bow well earned by Porter Allen as he was absolutely sensational at MLS Next Cup, but they weren't done just yet. They had their 4th. Soon thereafter, they had their 5th.
Yeah, when you talk about sensation, that ball over the top from the captain is completely filthy. Dallas Campbell puts Liam into a situation where he gets his brace second on the afternoon, and Liam is not done. He wants to continue to help his team to grow this margin further and further. The exclamation point here to seal the deal and take the trophy back to the Midwest.
An exclamation point on a championship performance. Juan Garduno with the final kick of the final. He guides it into the corner. 6-0 Sporting City defeat Rochester, New York FC. U17 Academy Division champions at MLS Next Cup.
U17 homegrown champions, Orlando City Youth SC. What a journey to get there. Your MLS Next Cup U17 final match recap. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr, 18 seconds into the match, Orlando City pressing the issue and force an own goal off the foot of Josh Brown.
Yeah, it's a great win to begin with from Stockhausen, and then down the right flank from Moore, and just puts it hard across frame. Good things can happen, and 20 seconds in, it's desperately unlucky from Brown. It sees it go in the back of the net, but what a start from Orlando.
Not long later, Atlanta responds. Santillan says, I got your back. Gets it level at one apiece with a fizzer here.
Yeah, Orlando struggled in that build-out phase, and Quan picks it up and draws attention. That little shift to the right foot is really clever from Santillan, and how about that? Striking it to the back post to level the match for Atlanta.
Also within 20 minutes, Atlanta would find joy on a set piece. There's a free kick here that led to a foul as Airy getting into the back of Quan, and Fakiesi would step up, and this is perfection.
Absolute perfect. You can't hit a ball better than that. What a strike from him, and Atlanta United from 1-0 down, up 2-1.
Wasn't a lot happening for Orlando as they tried to fight back in the second half, but off the corner kick, Kingston Ricketts for the second straight match, a huge goal late.
Oh my goodness, you cannot strike a ball cleaner than this. An absolutely perfect hit from Ricketts to bring Orlando right back in this.
A late goal in the 77th to force the shootout, and then it was the Shield show. Not one, but two penalties denied. That set the tone in the shootout.
Yeah, wonderful from Shields, who just read it the right way early, had that confidence, and then that started coursing through the team. Aksak steps up in the 5th place, and the title goes to Orlando City. What a performance. MLS Next Cup champions.
Celtic Storm victorious by 5-0 over St. Louis Development Academy in the U19 Academy Division Final at MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate. It was 0-0 at the break, but just about 10 minutes into the second half, Celtic Storm had the breakthrough.
Kick here, and this is good stuff to be able to keep yourself alive, find the back of the net off of a set piece.
1-0 thanks to Benjamin Bradley, who was alert inside the area. The second goal scored by Celtic Storm, perhaps the goal of the tournament.
Oh yeah, I have zero arguments with this. Get down to the end line, serve it up. Oh yeah, that is excellent. It's brilliant. It is high degree of difficulty. So much sauce, so much swag to be able to rise up there, turn your body, hit the bicycle kick, celebrate to the corner, dap ups and hugs for all due cause.
Brooks Barker on his bike as he's been pouring in the goals throughout the tournament, and Celtic Storm poured the goals in throughout this second half.
You score one, you score two, the game opens up. You're allowed to go route one there. Ball over the top, very good composure. The substitute bangs this one home.
Corbin Gardner picks out the bottom corner. 3-0 Celtic Storm. They weren't done just yet. They were full of confidence throughout the second half. And a man full of confidence was Patrick Stevenson for the 4th.
Yeah, Stevenson gets his first on the afternoon here. We will continue to talk about him. He listens to the ambiance here in the stadium, egging him on, letting him know that he should turn goalkeepers off his line. Does exactly that, peeks over his shoulder, and then puts it in the back of the net.
Hand to it from the goalkeeper, not enough to keep it out. Celtic Storm 4-0. But they would add a 5th with the final kick of the match. It was that man again.
Yeah, Stevenson does a very good job to find himself in a dangerous area, scoops it over the goalkeeper. What I like about the celebration is that it's subdued. It's the 5th goal on the afternoon. Celtic Storm, they know that they are the champions, but they also do it in a classic fashion.
The hometown heroes get the job done. Celtic Storm, champions of the U19 Academy Division at MLS Next Cup.
45 minutes to go. It's the mountains of Utah. Final match here in the U19 Homegrown division. No score. St. Louis and Columbus. Last game of the MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate. I don't know if Kalen was somewhere in that shot. Was that your hike that we just saw there?
I actually filmed that.
Doing all sorts of roles here this week.
Do it all, a little bit of everything. Full service. Production, commentary.
Yeah. Well done.
I was trying to think of something else.
Trivia master.
Trivia, yeah.
It's been a great week here out west for the thousands of athletes, coaches, family members, officials. Bring a huge group in here, whether it's GA Cup or Flex or MLS Next Cup. These events capture a lot of attention about who's coming up, who's next in the MLS system. So many athletes, of course, from these tournaments already gone on to MLS stardom. Future pros littered all over the pitch. Current pros on the pitch. Ex-pro signees all over as well. See if one of them can find the back of the net in the next 45. Columbus now moving left to right. Trying to take advantage of being a man up right now. Alex Junt sent off in the 31st minute for St. Louis. Give them credit. How they responded after that. Good amount of possession in the attacking half despite playing a man down. I feel with every passing moment, Columbus will only continue to apply more pressure. Press down on the gas in search of that goal. Emiliano Chavez.
Substitution at halftime. Leaving the match for St. Louis City, number 10, Samuel Goldstein. Entering the match, number 20.
Columbus take it away.
Mateo Sabins.
Ewing puts the laces through this. Ewing straight towards Cochran. First shot of the half, sixth of the game for Columbus. Emmanuel Ewing, positive moments here early. Mateo Sabins subs on here to start the half. Coming in for Sam Goldstein for St. Louis. Sabins had a goal in the round of 32 against New England to start the scoring in this tournament. What did you make of Columbus in that first half, Kalen? 5 shots, a couple of those after going a man up. Just continuing to be patient in this match.
Yeah, but I think they could have pushed more, and once they got the man advantage, didn't quite see the same aggression.
4-4. Make things happen. Off the shoulder of St. Louis and out for a corner kick. 5th of the match for the crew.
And just to continue that, they have a patient style, and that's going to be a part of the game model and the possession-based system. But at a certain point, when you have the man advantage, even against the ball, upping the tempo, trying to take advantage, it just feels like that sense of urgency didn't quite switch on for them.
St. Louis has taken away all sorts of angles in the box. Now looking for a moment in transition. Long, kept in play. Really well done by Nwankwo. Booted out. Forcing the clearance. Genozi and Nwankwo work right here today.
Great run to just track that down, keep it in play, and keep possession. Now, it's like St. Louis are going to be able to advance, and they're going to try to take a long one. Brought the center backs, both of them, Nobo and Stone Marion, up into the box, and these are the way they've got to manufacture chances.
Go, Isaac, go, Eli.
Long throw by Chavez. Bounces towards the back post. Sent off the line. Columbus release here. Final match of the MLS Next Cup. U19 Homegrown division. Clipped over the top here. Really speculative, but intriguing ball. Tortola fighting. Brought down. Commits the foul. Thought he got dragged down. Tortola's earned Canadian youth national team call-ups. US U15 experience as well. Cochran sprays it wide. Quickly, City in the attacking third is 4-4 plays defensive structure. Just locked it, nobody there. Gimple. This is what Columbus has done throughout the tournament, just methodically break their opponents down. There was 4-1 against Queen City Mutiny. A 4-goal outing against Met Oval. They're still searching for the first here. It's a good moment wide. Cochran scoops it. There's no issues. When O'Neal Taylor may come on for Columbus Crew. Ewing's been very involved in 4-4 as well along the flank. Not been able to unlock City just yet. Gimple. Bonus. Switch was short. Long touch. Recover before the inline. He does. Gimple now. Gimple lets one loose. Hands on the head. Admirable effort there from Gimple. His confidence growing for Columbus. Mere minutes into the second half.
There's a great run down the left flank from 4-4. Just to use that pace, a long touch, and then a lovely ball in. Stood up on the run perfectly, and Gimple takes a touch, puts it on that left foot. That's great technique. Hits that cleanly, but just was hoping for maybe a bit more curve to see if he could tuck that one in.
By Nwakwo, and actually was a necessary clearance there from Lloyd as Chidubi was full speed ahead down the channel. High-level defender Zach Lloyd recognized the need to send it to the stands there. 53rd minute. City a man down with jump being sent off in the first half. Their midfielder Chavez, Marion, not seen many opportunities today. Their leading goal scorer. Ewing slows it down. This Columbus Academy has had things rolling for quite some time now. You think about players that have made their way through the academy and on to the professional ranks, particularly in the organization. Will Trapp was one of the first, of course, who captained the academy teams. Was the first homegrown captain in Crew history before eventually being traded after a long-established career with the Columbus organization. Norris as well before being transferred over to England.
Yeah, they've got some guys currently as well. Taha Bruin has been starting a bunch of games. He's played a big role this year. Really clever player. One of my favorites to watch. Young guys in MLS getting valuable minutes.
That throw was played a bit too quickly. Chavez back up a little bit from where he was. Just one shot attempt for St. Louis today. Not a particularly high-quality one. And that sending off was not until half an hour in. There's been a few positive moments to speak of from this perspective for St. Louis. Flank here, that's a crafty move. Some space to work with. Engel was shut down and Wonkwo couldn't bring it in. Pass was a bit in front of him. Columbus, as they have for much of this match, just locate Ewing, 4-4.
Yeah, but just take a look at this picture right now. There's 5 or 6 Columbus behind the ball, and all 10 players from St. Louis set. And Columbus have not been able to get any movement, any opportunities before St. Louis are able to get set.
Frustrating style to play, is it not, at this point?
Yeah, it almost simplifies things for St. Louis, though, where you're just going to drop deep, not allow any space in between the lines, and right now, hit on the counter. It might open up some space for them, even.
4-4. There to go. Bonos. Good delivery, Central. Clever turn. Takedown in the box. Still being pinballed around. They got the shot off. It's parried away. And then sent into the fence. Fist pumps and goal. Cochran's fired up. Felt like that was the moment. It was not.
Yeah, this is a good entry ball. And how about that for a first touch? So good there to turn from Tortola. And how about that for a save? Excellent save there from Cochran.
Shown here in Gimple. Both with opportunities. 9th shot of the match for Columbus. No breakthrough just yet. Sevens back. 4 saves today for Cochran. Shonier thought he had done what he needed to do. Moments away from his 3rd goal of this tournament. Scored early in the round of 16 against Met Oval to start the scoring. And later in that match, had the 3rd goal in the blowout win. Brace against Met Oval. Light pressure applied here by Wonkwo brothers. Just can't quite get the switch right. Bounces to Chavez. Skaggs. Your side. Sevens. City throw. Columbus approaching a half hour, playing a man up. Feels only just now are starting to take advantage of that. Wonkwo. Can get to his left, taps it back. Service play to the near post, right at the mouth of goal. In fact, Killer Abbott, so rare touch. Hasn't been too busy today. Granda looking for the switch. Gimple, good touch. Underlapping run. Instead he cuts left. Gimple plays it central. It's taken away. And look at the jersey tug. This is an immediate yellow. Grindblatt's beeline to the book.
Yellow card caution. Columbus crew number 60.
Got his money's worth.
Grimblatt.
Grindblatt shined in the first match to start off the tournament. A hat trick against Queen City Mutiny. Gimple couldn't get the touch right that time. Columbus readying a couple of substitutes here. Walkwell has some runners. Good pass central. And Walkwell, oh no! It goes sailing high. And a real moment against the run of play to shock Columbus goes awry.
And what a great chance this is. And Walkwell makes a good run. A few options. The runner on the right actually opens up the space and just rides this challenge and ends up right there on the doorstep. And see the ball just took a slight hop on him, but what an opportunity. Down a man, getting deep into the box and unable to put it on target. It's encouraging, though, from St. Louis' perspective. The energy has been going their way.
Ewing lets it roll to 4-4. Great speed. 4-4 across. It settles. Sent off the line and cleared away.
What a save there. Right on the doorstep. And once again, Cochran looked like he may have gotten a hand to that. Had to do it because that was almost surely a goal for Columbus.
Shown here was 2 yards out. What a moment again in goal. Off the fabulous run by Prince 4-4.
Yeah, and that big switch unlocked the whole play for 4-4.
Gimple now mistimed his run.
Columbus is doing a better job, though, of looking in behind, and it's been skipping a pass instead of playing the most obvious one, playing a general rhythm, and it's more predictable for St. Louis. Before they get set, they're looking for the big switch in behind, and it's been more successful.
Entering the match, number 22, 72, and 36.
So 3 substitutes on now for Columbus. There's Dacian Delgado, Yuri Rushak, and as noted earlier, O'Neal Taylor. Very talented striker.
Yeah, you wonder if Grindblatt's yellow card may have also played a factor in the substitution, not wanting to potentially go level. It was a big opportunity here.
And Walkwell knocked off.
He could have laid that one off.
And his younger brother to his right. Sevens tripped, clean challenge. Delgado, Rushak, Taylor. The 3 new players on for Columbus. Sevens. And it's going the other way. Delgado and Taylor have been goal scorers in this tournament for the Crew. Keep that in mind, too. This match starting to get into its later stages. St. Louis growing in confidence that they can first get to extra time. There's 2 5-minute periods, and then hopefully force perhaps a shootout. At the same juncture, they came oh so close to putting themselves out in front just a moment ago. Gimple dealing with 3 defenders around. You wonder if that's any sort of wake-up call for City here. We'll bring in 2 more substitutes themselves.
Leaving the match,
Kobe Hamler and Jojo Adamitis.
Number 17, Chianozie Nwanko.
And Chidobe and Chianozie and Nwanko will exit.
Yeah, fresh legs. And I think also being down a man, having to chase defensively, bring the attackers on, partly to see if you can hit in transition, but also to help be that first line of defensive pressure.
Adamitis was named to the best 11 at the 2024 MLS Next playoffs. Hamler a commit to IU Indianapolis.
Not a bad program. My favorite IU grad in MLS right now, Sam Sarver, scoring goals.
Yeah.
In style, celebrations, out of control.
I'm a fan.
Away!
Long service here.
Stay in the frame, stay in the frame.
Ewing sends it right back into the mixer.
Toss across! Stay, Chris, stay.
Delgado plays it back. Crosses one after the other. Gimple turned by Taylor. Good combination. Gimple dispossessed. City on the run here. Snuffed out. Denoto had it red, but City still probing. Gimple tracks back to help.
Good battling, though, from St. Louis City. They've won most of the 50-50 confrontations, and they've had to. Just had to scrap as they push forward, driving forward. You have to win those next balls, anything to keep from Columbus from getting forward in the attack.
Play was blown dead for a moment with Prince 4-4 on the pitch. He's back up and looks good to go. Eighth minute, still no score. Very laudable defensive effort from City 2. Plenty of time for Columbus still. Good switch. 4-4.
Hold our feet, hold it. Step, any step, don't step.
Plenty of successful passes and tight spaces on the same side of the pitch, but nothing's really breaking down St. Louis right now. Four. Looking for Ewing.
Step, don't step.
Rushak. Gimple playing up now. To the touchline. Got around the defender, kept it in. Taylor takes a stab. Columbus appealing for a foul outside of the box. Instead, Ewing to his right. Ewing curling, yes, the breakthrough for Columbus. Emmanuel Ewing, 1-0.
Columbus Crew goal.
After a half
Number
hour
26,
playing a man up,
Manuel
Columbus
Louis.
at last find the back of the net, and it's one of their most talented strikers.
Yeah, you could just see how deep St. Louis are because they have to sit down a man, and it's good patience from Columbus. That just keeping that play alive, looking for the cutback. It's blocked there from Nobo, and then the second ball. See there, referee does the right thing, allowing the advantage, and it comes to the far half space. And how about this? Right from the second he gets it, he's only got one thing on his mind, and Ewing picks out that back corner perfectly. What a finish. Put Columbus up 1-0 here in the final of MLS Next Cup.
Difficult moments for St. Louis. Got into the late stages, still level. Backs against the wall since the 31st minute. How do things change now?
And you're just waiting for one moment of quality from Columbus, and got it all over the pitch. But Ewing, for me, it's been one of the standouts of this tournament. Getting on the ball, such a technical player, intelligent, and see the ability to pick out that top corner from a difficult angle. It's a beautiful finish.
You wonder to what extent can St. Louis press high, chase the game, put Columbus on their heels. Being down a man here. Final 20-plus minutes.
Yeah, but now Columbus, the game state allows them to play a little bit more comfortable, keep possession, make St. Louis City chase. Already down a man. That's going to be difficult late in this tournament. Heavy legs, put a lot into it, but all they need is one chance.
Did bring the press higher there. One back possession. Be opportunistic about it. Good little combination play. Now into the box. City here. Sits across. Trickles just wide of the post. Kyle Skaggs does earn a corner for City.
They've still been able to create with the ball. Good possession, moving from one side to the next. Get a look there of Ewing, second of the tournament, but his overall play has just been fantastic. This sets up a good corner kick opportunity. See three runners right on the top of the box for St. Louis. Keep an eye on their movement.
It's the third of the match for City. It's strong. No one's close to the area.
Yeah, just not on the same page there. The service was long there from Chavez, but either way, all three runners seem to go to the near post there, which is part of the plan there. I want to try to vary those runs a little bit. I'm sure if they get another opportunity down a man, you have to make the most of those, and it starts with the service.
These are not the kind of moments they can let a corner kick slip. A little miscommunication here with Columbus. Tackle in the box. City have life. Oh, that is unbelievable. 4-4 is incredulous. That line can be hard to tell at the top of the area, but it looks like this is a penalty.
Yeah, but it almost feels like Columbus was late to react, and you see right through the back of the leg. Clear contact. 4-4 is looking to clear that, and in steps St. Louis, and right in the back of the leg. How about this now? A massive opportunity for them to level the match, and who else? The captain, Stone Marion, stepping up to the spot. A massive moment here in the final.
He has scored in every match of the tournament. Leading goal scorer for St. Louis. He's made a number of appearances for City too. The U.S. Youth International. He has accomplished and has a decorated youth resume. A lot of pressure in this moment here. 74th minute. Stone Marion. Stone cold! St. Louis are level. It's 1-1.
Just felt that this game at least had one more twist, and the penalty, Columbus just late to react on the first one, and then Stone Marion steps up. The captain, with a confident finish, just opens the hips at the last second and puts it in the back of the net. For me, his leadership throughout the tournament, even today. So I'm going over to Junt after the red card, telling him to keep his head up, and nobody better to step up in that position with the pressure on. Levels the match for St. Louis.
Riley Creel comes on for Gimple. St. Louis right back in it. 5th goal of the tournament for Stone Marion. Columbus have an answer after the defensive miscue.
Yeah, how big does the save from Cochran now look? That amazing save right on the doorstep, and I kept them in it instead of it being 2-0. Really important.
The through ball to Ewing. Ewing's in here. Deflected towards the fencing.
And who else? Stone Marion getting to that spot. Columbus continuing to find joy on that left side. That's where their weapons are, with Ewing and 4-4 overlapping, getting to the depth and looking for a square ball right across for an easy tap in, and Marion comes across to clear it.
Granda sends the corner kick in. Off the line. Ricochet to the near side. Gonna send service in along the touchline. Corner kick. Nope. Never crossed that line. Rushak plays back. Dinoto. Slits in the near side, and Creel just entered the match. Taylor. Contact in the box. That's a foul on Taylor.
It was a good idea to try to just slip the slashing run coming through and then fouled afterwards, but the idea there, coming inside on that left foot, trying to slip one in between.
Looks like Sevens may have a path for a moment and lost his balance. City got the break they needed. Not trying to send this to added time. Foul here on Creel. Out of play on Creel, I should say.
It was a great defensive tackle, tracking back there. It's the little details in a final that make a difference.
Ewing does get it off to Granda. Play to the near side. Creel, who just came in for Gimple.
No foul. Hold our feet. Step, Chris, step. You're right.
Put it on the ball, we'll lay it back. Bono switches. Lloyd to 4-4. In that wide area all match. 4-4. Straight into the defense, committing a foul himself.
Again, St. Louis will take their time with this. Now level, down to men. Gonna look for their opportunities when they come, but I want to force it, and now this allows them at least to push up and make Columbus drop and defend.
almost feels from a Columbus perspective, he may not mind the ball or possession in this half of the pitch just for a bit. So that all 11 aren't back for City. When you get the ball back, defensive shape has been more than difficult to break down for Columbus, even a man up.
It's good feet here from Chavez. I still feel like St. Louis feels like there's still a goal in this match for them, and they've been good even down a man. They've been productive getting around it, finding some penetration.
Late whistle, but it does come. As Colton Schramm was fouled. Granda clipping him there. Free kick, St. Louis, 80th minute.
Yeah, they're going to bring bodies up, but the service on the last corner was not there from Chavez. He strikes a really good ball with that left foot. It's a perfect trajectory for it to have that in-swinger come in and drop, especially with the sun maybe playing a factor as well and bringing numbers across it.
Eli, right. Good. Right. Good. Long.
Free kick here in the 81st minute. City with 5 in the box. Neil Taylor gets out on the run and he was held. That's a tactical foul and a yellow. Columbus may have been off to the races with something real interesting there without that.
Yeah, they had committed numbers forward to try to get a goal. It was a good ball in from Chavez, and then Clancy has to take the yellow.
Yellow card caution, St. Louis City, number 7, Timothy Clancy III.
Bonos delivers in. Creel will see this bounce to him along the sideline. For a throw.
Step. Going up, Chris up, Emmy up. Yeah, cool step.
Everyone back for City. Desperate defending. Looking for the switch to Creel. They find him.
Hold our feet. Behind Chris, too.
Bonus to his right. Creel does get this in.
We're good. Hey, set.
Well away for a
Let's
corner.
Go. Come on.
8th of the match for Columbus.
Short. Set, Mateo, set, in line with goal. Here, good? Yep. Step one. Mateo, step one. Top of the box.
Granda to send it in. Columbus up a man. Bounces at the feet of Ewing. To his right, Ewing will have a go. To the banners. A lot of traffic. St. Louis looking to play long, quick. The foul. Adamitis.
I like the idea there to go quick and try to catch Columbus out. Those little moments, the restarts, you can catch somebody unaware. Sometimes you can get one.
Taylor with an excellent ball. Ewing dancing. Knocked off well by Schramm.
Yeah, good defending from Schramm there. That's not an easy position to be in.
Columbus is capable goal scorer, trying to make things happen again. Schramm wins that 1v1 battle. Now City down the sideline. Decent collision there. St. Louis will have a free kick. There had to be a foul of some sort. A lot of contact.
Yeah, you can see here just a little push in the back, I think is what's called. And then maybe there too, just coming in, trying to play the ball, but I spotted the little one prior. Sometimes you miss that. Just pushes you a little. I feel like it came in a little out of control there, but that extra nudge is a part of that. Now this sets up another set piece opportunity, and saw Columbus try to counter after this, so keep an eye on this phase, but also right after.
Keep going. Left.
Chavez.
Go higher a little bit.
And Sevens stand by the ball. 4 white jerseys in the box for City. Gonna really value these set pieces here late. Only 3 back as it stands. Should Columbus get possession? Chavez to take it. In low. Back to goal here. Excellent pass. Shielded off the ball. It's going in Columbus's direction. And a quick yellow will be issued there on the restart as Adamitis did not vacate position.
And now number 4, St. Louis City, Jojo Adamitis.
Yellow starting to stack up here. Clancy. Adamitis. Clancy brought down. A whistle this time. Referee saying he hit the pitch on his own accord there.
Yeah, but he's on a yellow though, so he's got to be careful. Already down 1 man. You do not want to lose another midfielder.
This play long. Delgado. 4-4 up now. 4-4 to his left. Gets it back. Taylor commits the foul. A little too aggressive, trying to win back possession from Neil Taylor. Might have gone right into the back of the leg.
Guys, you need trainer? Guys, you need trainer? Oh, okay, guys. Check it off, yeah? Just,
Everybody up and all right.
Yeah, you can see the numbers going to 4-4 just with how much attention he demands, and then it's really good from Clancy there, and right as he's going to clear that, see it coming through the back of him. But really important defensive work rate from him, getting to that soft spot. Easy to sit and watch. The amount of mileage he's had to put in today, it's been pretty impressive down a man.
Swisher has gotten everything he could ask for out of his St. Louis side today. This is a St. Louis academy where 94% of the players are hometown natives. Take a lot of pride developing talent from the St. Louis area. You can see the fight and resiliency in this squad. Foul behind the play. And a minus might be on his last warning. Remember, he is on a yellow. '88th minute. Columbus have generated 9 shots in this second half. They've looked much more capable. He's coming out of the locker room. (4-4). More effective defending. Hamler did well. And the run continues. Sevens. Can St. Louis find something here? Sevens. St. Louis a man down, he gets it across. It's just out in front of Skaggs. Still in the area here for City. They possibly, against the run of play, put one in the net here in the dying moments.
What a run there.
This is still in.
Good.
Cleared off the line for a St. Louis throw. Who are the aggressor here in the 89th minute?
Just drove the entire length of the pitch, and every time one defender came, he was able to evade it. Really good idea to try to cut that one back across. Just getting to the end line here. Desperation moments. What a fantastic run. Almost a clear chance for St. Louis.
Mateo Savins came in from Gallagher. He pinballed around here. Now Taylor. They're going to go just as quickly the other way. It's a little shove from behind. A hard foul. And a yellow card for Delgado.
Yellow card, Columbus Crew, number 72.
He's certainly frustrated here. Athletic training staff to come out. 90th minutes. St. Louis very nearly to added time.
And they have suffered. They have been down a man for the better part of this match at this point. And it's hot, you're in altitude, difficult conditions playing against a really strong opponent. And you mentioned the matchup earlier, 7-1 Columbus. So it's the type of mountain they're up against, to use a Utah pun.
Well done.
Didn't mean to do that.
Well
but
executed.
They've put in a really gutsy performance down a man to not just level it, but also they've had a few moments in transition. That last one from Savins going end to end, and I still feel like there's something left in this for them.
It has not been a half devoid of chances for St. Louis. Occasional moments of hope and opportunity sprinkled in the second half here, and a half that, yes, admittedly, has been controlled by the Columbus side, a man up. 2 5-minute halves to come. Should no one find the net here in the next 4 minutes of stoppage
4
time.
minutes will be added to the match. 4 minutes.
Cochran, who's had a marvelous day today. Headed towards the line. Recovered. Said he got a cross out of that. Brought down. No foul called. Sliced a little bit. Get that to midfield. Columbus still bring down possession. Adamitis. He's going to launch one from midfield. Oh my goodness. Almost caught Keller Abbott in a disastrous position.
What a moment that would have been. The presence of mind there from Adamitis to pick his head up. And the technique almost to pull it off. That would have been quite a way to finish the tournament and a final. Almost at the death in the 92nd minute.
Columbus, they get this ball forward. Delgado. Delgado lays it off. Oh, what a save. The flag was up, though.
Hey, ref.
The flag was up. But from our vantage point, back on this shot at midfield, looks like it was on its way.
Yeah, look at this from Adamitis. Picks his head up and almost hits the winner. And you thought that might be maybe the last chance, but how about this from Columbus, squaring it across, and then this save is just ridiculous. We've seen that a couple times now from Cochran. It was deemed offside. There was no way he would know that. But to move across his box, watch this footwork, to get across there and then to spread out. What a fantastic save. If this goes into penalties, you'd have to say right now, with the confidence that he's in, St. Louis might have an edge there, but still plenty of time left, it seems like, for maybe a couple more chances from both sides.
It was a fun sequence up and down the pitch. Ewing. Ewing in 4-4, still trying to make a late impact here. Ewing, the Columbus goal scorer. Stone Marion from the penalty spot for St. Louis. Final seconds of stoppage time right now. Could Columbus possibly put one in here in the dying moments? Ewing to Delgado on frame and snuffed out. The threat extinguished once more by Cochran. Six saves on the day for the City Keeper. Whistle to blow at any second now. Into the stands for a throw. Lloyd chasing it down. Bonos. Takeaway there along the near side. Now City to midfield. Adamitis, quick one-touch pass. The diagonal ball is potentially there along the far side. Homer. Still in the attacking third, and now the whistle blows. End of regulation. To extra time we go in the U19 Homegrown final. Columbus playing a man up for an hour. Unable to take down City in regulation. We're going to have a pair of 5-minute periods to determine who wins this one.
St. Louis didn't want that one to end, so it shows you where their head is at. They're trying to win this.
1-1 through 90 minutes in Utah. Don't go anywhere. Final game of the tournament. Finishing off after this.
Can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions. Trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium. We're through regulation here in Harriman. No champion determined quite yet. 1-1 through 90. Extra time we go. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr. The MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate. Columbus coming out on the front foot. 15 shots in this match. Early card here. That would be a big storyline moving forward because moments later the high foot and Junt was sent off.
That's a big shift in the trajectory of the match and forced St. Louis to sit in more defensively and try to hit on the counter. And this was the breakthrough from Columbus. They continued to push. This ball right here is a big win. The referee does the right thing by allowing the advantage and great ball across. And how about this from Ewing? I mean, just dances his way into the box on that right foot and then perfect curler into the corner. At that point, you think Columbus up a man, up a goal, in complete control. No issues, it's their title, and then they let their foot off the gas. They are slow to react, and then right there, 4-4 goes to clear it, and St. Louis City is quicker. In steps Adamitis, takes the contact, and then up to the spot. The captain has scored in every single match, including the final now. Stone Marion levels it. Big time, gutsy move here, and then this was almost brilliant. Adamitis goes from distance, almost catches one, and then right down the other end at the death. This was deemed offside, but there's no way Cochran knew that. What a fantastic save from him. It's been end-to-end stuff here in the MLS Next Cup final, and still more to come.
Marion, scoring just 5 minutes after Ewing had finally put Columbus on the board in the 69th. Felt like they had done what they needed to do at the perfect defensive performance by any means. Felt like one might be enough. It was not. 4-4 committing the infraction in the box, giving St. Louis new life. 2 5-minute periods, no golden goal. And after that, should we still be level, shootout will determine the champion. Fitting conclusion here. 8+ days of action. The MLS Next Cup. Salt Lake and Harriman have been fantastic hosts all week long. Fabulous weather. Fabulous games. A dramatic finish ahead, one way or the other. Final huddles, final prayers, final moments before this extra time. Close was Adamitis. One of the goals of the tournament. He's willing to go for it. We get another opportunity here in extra time. Columbus begin with possession. Looking to find Creel quickly. Kick here for St. Louis. You feel City may try to sneak one in, just kind of like they did in moments throughout the second half, or is it full defensive mindset now and get to a shootout?
I think defense first, that's the #1 priority, but I think they've already proven to themselves first that there's still something in this. If something opens up, we saw Adamitis go from distance, or even Savins in transition, so they have the weapons to hit still on the counter.
Creel gives it off on the overlapping run. So this does find the near side. 4-4, now back to goal. Ping it back. Ewing, the goal scorer for Columbus. Gets it back. Deflected away. Adamitis turning, tripped up, back on his feet quickly. Stumbling for, this time the challenge draws a foul. He's been effective, whatever area of the pitch he's operating.
Yeah, and St. Louis is going to push now. Looking to play a little bit more direct, pin Columbus back, fight for second balls. And he's not going to get away with that. Trying to cheat an extra 5 or so yards.
Columbus still not happy where he spotted it. This does get to the 18. Taylor got a touch. Clancy.
Well done, Riley.
Difficult angles to find anything to work with here for City. Nothing that time down the pitch. 4-4 relocates to that left flank. Columbus play long. Just miss hit from the back. Already 3 minutes through this first additional period. That throw was straight to Columbus. Delgado couldn't bring it down though. May have had a chance to settle and shoot. Now a foul on City. Dinoto wanting to restart quickly. Does clip it to 4-4. 4-4's cross is blocked for a crew throw. Taylor plays back. Four minutes into the period. Creel. Ewing. Ewing in the box, shaping the strike, takes the deflection back to the corner. Ewing wants it back. Lays it off, Creel, turning, out of play.
Good box defending here, and Ewing taking the initiative to get into that little pocket. Tries to get the shot off there, and I believe that was Stone Marion who was able to step in between them.
Nearly through the first extra period. City foul. Dinoto goes to the far side. And that whistle indicates the end of this first half. Additional time. There's 5 minutes left to work with, or this one's going to a shootout in the U19 homegrown final.
You're starting to sense a little bit of frustration setting in from Columbus, being up a man, going against this low block, not being able to find the breakthrough or any clear-cut chances. And St. Louis have stuck to the game plan. They're being compact defensively. Every chance they can, they're playing direct, going long. The box defending has been really good from them.
Shootout really has felt like best case scenario for City from the moment that second yellow was brandished. They're 5 minutes away, finding themselves there. Columbus again off a shootout win themselves last time out. An interesting tournament, right? 8 goals in 2 matches to start. They were one of the best offenses in this MLS Next Cup to begin, and now just 1 goal in the last 2+ matches. After a scoreless draw against Barca. They'll go to the bench once more here for the final 5 minutes. Jamil Donjaji has trained with the U.S. national team previously.
And Ewing's come off. It's a bit of a surprise for me, especially with penalty kicks potentially looming.
It's been a little bit of time, too, since Donjaji has scored. What a time it would be if he can break that slump here. City.
Good touch there. Just to evade that challenge coming in from Chavez.
Ewing off here for this second half of additional time. Four. Runners along the near side. Taylor heads it forward. Absolutely no issue for Cochran. Sending teammates long in the direction of Adamitis. Bonus. Four now on the run. He's got some angles here, but it's right at Cochran again. Creel and Taylor were making runs in the center corridor, near side. Four went straight towards goal, and no problem for Cochran. 98th minute. Everybody back for City. Four. Another chance here. That one found the foot. Creel's shot. One-timer blasted back. Taylor sprinting forward. Delgado and Creel were both on the ball.
That's a great ball in, though, from 4-4. And just that first touch was missing. Would have been a really good opportunity right on the doorstep, and it's not able to corral it.
Adamitis does well to get it wide. Combination doesn't quite work there. Almost 9 minutes in. St. Louis will make another substitution. Cruz Gonzalez, attacking midfielder. Will come in for Skaggs.
Number 11, Cruz Gonzalez.
Former St. Louis Scott Gallagher product before making the switch to City. Just over a minute to go. Is this one destined for a shootout? St. Louis nearly there. They would have no problem with that course of action. Adamitis does angle this towards his man on the flank. Now surging ahead. Hamler to Adamitis. Here come Columbus. Banjaji taking off the ball. Really well done. Now Savins is challenged. That's a foul. Rushak committing the infraction. And now for St. Louis, it feels at the very least they're on to the shootout here, but they're going to have a free kick too.
Yeah, Savins, and that could be a yellow card right there. But what a performance it's been from Clancy in the midfield. He has been everywhere, winning balls, second balls, keeping possession, getting around the pitch, and I have needed every single yard that he has covered this match. Really put a good shift in.
Chavez will set it on the turf.
It's a big chance here to try to grab one late. Might as well really go for this one.
Delivers it in. Man went down in the box. City thought there was some contact. Still more bodies colliding. Now the whistle comes in, and St. Louis will have a free kick from a much more advantageous spot.
Yeah, and this is the first one. We're on the back post, and like the no call there, and it's going to take a lot to convince me you need to make a decision like that. But St. Louis continuing to press. The frustration is setting in for Columbus, and now a chance at the death to potentially sneak one in. Interesting to see who steps up to this. We've seen Stone Marion score a beautiful free kick already in the tournament. He scored a penalty in this one. I would say it would be more than likely that he's taking control of this.
Got to send this on goal, right?
You want to force the goalkeeper to make a save. If you strike it hard, almost anywhere here, just got to generate enough power to trouble him and then send everyone across looking for any rebound, especially with the sun here. Might play a bit of a factor and make it difficult to defend.
Marion struck with real intense, but it was always going high, and we are on to a shootout to determine the U19 homegrown champion.
I think all the pressure is going to be on Columbus here, being up a man for over an hour and then those extra 10 minutes, and just feel the tide shifting where frustration has kind of come through Columbus, and also more active goalkeeper has definitely been Cochran. He's come up with some big time saves as say to have more of the rhythm.
Shootout on the other side, St. Louis and Columbus in the U19 final.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
We are on to the shootout here in the U19 homegrown final, the MLS Next Cup, brought to you by Allstate. St. Louis and Columbus, U19 championship, final match of the tournament. Shootout ahead. High drama, high consequence. Plenty of entertainment value. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr. A huge thanks to our entire production team all week. Done a fabulous job bringing this action from Salt Lake and Harriman. A couple kicks from the spot to go to determine a winner. If you're St. Louis, you went a man down in the 31st minute. Your long road was ahead, but this is a spot now that they are level.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of penalty kicks, and it's obvious, but it's the mental component, the part where you're saying, okay, we weren't even really expecting to be at this position, and now you're saying that can be a good way to approach a penalty kick shootout and to manage some of the pressure. And Columbus on the other side, I mentioned it a couple times, but just the level of frustration that's sipping in, and you have to just set that aside, throw away everything in the past and say, okay, this is about this moment. They have a bunch of experienced players, high-level guys that can step up and take penalties, so it's more about managing these emotions and the mental aspect of penalty kicks.
For whatever the reason, the offense just not as prolific as the early matches for Columbus crew. That does make sense, of course. The competition did rise with Barca and City to finish off this tournament. And they can rely on shootout win they just had against Barca. St. Louis, no shootouts in this tournament. Their first tangle with it.
I always like
final
going
stage.
first if you can, and we've seen that work out in this tournament. You set the tone, put the pressure on the team that has to kick second, and generally want to put your best penalty kick taker first if you can, and it'd be interesting to see if Stone Marion does that for St. Louis. It's a little more complicated because he's already taken one today, so do you go the same place? Do you switch it up? Those are some of the mind games that start to play in.
Brady Cochran has made so many key saves today just to get his St. Louis side here. Keller Abbott, a U.S. Youth International himself. His family here taking in the tournament.
Interesting choice by the DJ with Bruno Mars here. I don't know if it matches the emotional moment of the pressure. It's just having a good time here.
All right, DJ Kalen Carr.
Zions Bank Stadium.
What would you be spinning right now?
It's always a party. I'm thinking like Eye of the Tiger. I don't know. Maybe not Eye of the Tiger. Jay-Z. I got all my references are outdated. I've aged myself here.
Oh,
it's not
really, the DJ caught a stray, and
yeah, it was a fair question.
You're gonna come with something stronger.
Okay, now I'm hearing it say, "Don't believe me, just watch." Okay, so you see the connection.
I'm trying to remember what was played at the World Cup.
Shakira. Shakira is always the anthem of every World Cup to me.
I don't know if they played her right before the penalties, though.
No. It's before the matches and after the parties.
It's the anthem of the tournament.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
It is Stone Marion.
Marion to lead things off here for City.
Yeah, and he opened his hips at the last second on the last one, so I wonder if he's going to just try to stick to the plan or if he's going to wait, watch the goalkeeper, and those little mind games become massive.
Still Marion, the first to go for St. Louis. Keller Abbott in goal. Marion. Oh, it's stuffed out. Great start for Keller Abbott. Dream starting goal.
Yeah, and he switches it up. We saw him go open his hips on the last one. This time switches it up, and it's a great read. Big time save, and now Columbus with a chance to go in front.
Donjaji, who entered the game late, right, for Emmanuel Ewing.
And you'd have to imagine that was with this in mind as a specialist, giving him the opportunity to go first here.
Yeah! Yeah! Hey, my fucking eyes!
Jamil Donjaji steps up. Oh, and he's denied. Cochran continues his incredible match today.
Wow, how about that for a response? Cochran does so well to come across. It's hit low and hard, but not far enough to the corner. I think he would have saved it anyways. Cochran has been electric from a goalkeeper position. That's rare to say. You can see the pressure. These penalties, 2 misses to start off these kicks.
Adamitis finds the strings for St. Louis that time. Quickly taken, effectively taken.
Yeah, short run up. Cool, just right down the middle, passes it in. Really good penalty from Adamitis.
Yuri Rushak now. The second half substitutes for Columbus.
Look in my eyes. Let's go. Hey, look in my eyes. The whole time. The whole time.
Cochran having some talking in some game. Oh, man.
Hey, that's crazy, man.
Mind games.
Oh, off the fingertips.
We got a microphone back there.
I love that.
You could hear every word. He said, look at my eyes the whole way. And then he almost makes the save, gets the hand to it. That's one he feels like he might want back. Oh, he gets a good palm to it. Immediately realizes it was an opportunity to make the save, but a little trash talk. We're getting a look behind the curtain here.
Hamler. He's nice, stuffed out. Another save. Wow. 1 for 3 now for City. Keller Abbott comes up clutch again.
Yeah, how about this? Excellent save. Reads it the whole way. Been quite the performance so far from both goalkeepers.
Eli Granda
See if we get the same chatter.
Granda calmly slotted home. And a fist pump, knowing the significance of that.
Yeah, really good penalty from Granda. He's had a really good game as well. Calm, playing in the midfield, just passes that one in the corner.
Trip Clancy now. A must make here for St. Louis, otherwise Columbus can win with a conversion. Clancy's no! Keller Abbott has taken control of this shootout. City have missed 3 out of 4, and Columbus can win the title here.
How about this from Abbott, though? Just reads it so well. Stays disciplined, doesn't guess. And goes down, makes the save. He has been excellent. Points to the sideline. I don't know if that's his research team, but afterwards he said, "I knew it."
Looked like
sure,
the
looked
camera
like it
there. And now a chance for Columbus. Zach Lloyd steps to the spot. Cochran's been so good today. They need yet even more out of him. Lloyd for the title. Oh! It trickles home, and Columbus have taken the U19 title. It was not pretty, it was not perfect, but mission accomplished in Utah for the Columbus crew, picking up the Academy's first MLS Next Cup playoff trophy.
Awesome moment for Columbus. You can see what it means to them, just the emotion pouring out of them. And look, they didn't take the easy road. It was difficult, but that's the way finals go, and that's a learning lesson for them. And those lessons, I find, are the ones where you still win. And see the heartbreak from St. Louis City. Cochran should hold his head high. He had a great day today as far as showing some guts, keeping St. Louis City in it. But in the end, Columbus were able to get on top through the penalty kicks, and so much talent on their team, well coached, deserving champions.
Cochran guessed correctly on 2 of these penalties. He'll want that one back. Maybe fooled just by the speed of this.
Yeah, I think it wasn't hit as hard as he was expecting, and he almost can't believe it. It's one just to forget, put aside, and did so well throughout this tournament, and today put on so many saves that he had no business making, including in the penalty kicks. And always just asked for 1 save from a goalkeeper. Anything more than that is just a bonus, and I'm sure he'll want that one back. But either way, he put in a really, really strong performance.
Keller Abbott gave Columbus not 1, not 2, but 3 saves in the shootout. Marvelous performance. It mattered most. He wasn't too busy during the run of play.
That's a good point.
Had to stay sharp. There were those moments where St. Louis kept him honest in comparison to the stress level that Cochran was under.
Yeah, it's hard to, when you haven't been called upon a ton, to have the rhythm going into the penalty kicks, and man, he stepped up.
Well, your man of the match, brought to you by Adidas. When you make 3 saves in a shootout, you get post-game honors.
Yeah, caught the first one, then dove down to get the next. I mean, what a fantastic performance. Abbott, deserving man of the match and MLS Next Cup champion. Add that to the resume.
Columbus all sorts of fired up. It will be a joyful flight back to Ohio tomorrow.
You mentioned that's the first one for the club, huh?
Yeah, both of these clubs were vying for their first.
It's big. I really like this team, the way they play. Ewing 4-4, Noto, really good players on that squad. And I think if you're a neutral watching, remember some of those names. They're already getting those opportunities. MLS Next Pro coming through the academy system, and more than anything, I think it's been really good to see that even down to the youth level, that the club's identity is there. And should also give a little hat tip to Saad Abdul Salam, the manager, former MLS player, getting his first title as well. And it's not just player development pathway, coaching development pathway, really good staff here, and I like the way this Columbus team plays. They're fun to watch.
In a lot of the years, a lot of the teams playing up a year here at the MLS Next Cup, and in the U19, just in general, you always, there's a bit more sense of finality to it when you get to the U19s. It's either usually off to Next Pro on a more full-time basis, or a different club or college as well. And so at these kind of events, you just see a little bit how it means more to so many of these athletes with the emotion. Got the homegrown champions here in 2026. Orlando City earlier today. Total Football Academy yesterday, really rocking it off in the final seconds.
Special hat tip to them. They put on a show. Man, I'll never forget that game. That was insane.
CSA Bergen had been in a couple of U19 finals the last few years. They have their breakthrough here this season, the U15s, one of the most prominent teams in the region, and they've made waves around the country since then with their performance at GA and MLS Next Cups.
LA, Orlando, Columbus, and Jersey. It's pretty even distribution geographically. I know we've been doing some trivia on geography throughout this tournament.
We sure have.
It's been fun to be on with you, AJ. It's been,
yeah.
We've kept it lively. We've had a good time with it.
Enjoyed the whole week with your partner. It's been always a good time at MLS Next Cup. First year in Salt Lake, and it has been a good one. As Columbus Crew earn the championship in the shootout. Playing a man down for more than an hour, St. Louis fought, scrapped to get to a shootout, but the Columbus Crew ultimately had the right stuff. 3-1 in penalties to earn the U19 Homegrown Championship. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr, Columbus, in the early moments, were on the front foot, but the yellow card accumulation quickly became a problem. A sending off of a St. Louis midfielder, and that was a man down the rest of the way.
Yeah, just a rush of blood. Picked up a tactical foul earlier, then this one pops up on him, foot gets high, red card, and then had to sit back. And this was Columbus' breakthrough moment. Good patience in the box, good box defending to begin with, but then this is a really selfless header. Referee does the right thing to allow play to continue, and then on the far half space, it falls to Ewing. And how about this for technique? Was so dangerous on that flank throughout the day. A quick feet, this time picks out that far corner perfectly. At this point, you thought up a goal, up a man. It was going to be all Columbus, easy walk to the title, and instead, St. Louis did not give up. They continued to scrap. 4-4 kicks through the back. Adamitis is quickest to it, and in through the back of the legs there, points to the spot, and then Stone Marion, the captain, had scored in every single match for St. Louis City heading up to the final, and this time gets an important one from the spot, showing the guts there.
5 goals in the tournament for Marion. Adamitis nearly from midfield here.
My goodness.
Seconds later, Columbus had a chance.
Yeah, audacious effort from Adamitis, and this was right at the death, and ridiculous save there from Cochran, who did not know that was offside there, and you thought that was all the momentum was heading St. Louis's way, but how about this? Excellent work from from Columbus.
Abbott.
Yeah, Abbott was big time man of the match performance, just stepped up with some clutch saves.
And then at the death, final shot trickles in. Zach Lloyd giving Columbus the MLS Next Cup U19 homegrown title. back to Zion's Bank Stadium here in Harriman, Utah. Columbus Crew, your U19 homegrown champions. Just about set for the trophy and medal ceremony. Luis Robles, the director at MLS Next.
What an ending to the 25-26 MLS Next season. Columbus Crew, St. Louis City, Dan Locke, Dale Schilly, Luis Swisher, and Saad, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for a great season. Thank you for a terrific ending to what has been a truly remarkable season for Major League Soccer and MLS Next. We're going to go through the individual awards. We have 3 awards to give. Then we'll recognize our officiating crew and then hand out the medals. So we'll begin with the tournament's top scorer for the U19 Homegrown Division at MLS Next Cup, presented by Allstate. From St. Louis City SC, Stone Marion. Let's give it up for Stone. Our next award is the most outstanding defensive player. And for the U19 Homegrown Division at MLS Next Cup presented by Allstate, from St. Louis City SC, goalkeeper Brady Cochran. Let's give it up one more time for Brady. An MVP presented by Adidas for the U19 Homegrown Division from Columbus Crew SC, Emmanuel Ewing. As exciting as the game was, thank you to the coaches, to the players, to the staff, but we couldn't have a game without a great officiating crew, so let's give it up to our officials for today's match. Please come forward and grab your medals. Let's give it up one more time for our officials. And before we get to the medals, it's been a long season, but for some of these parents over here, it's been a long 5, 6, 7, 10 years. And so the miles driven, the meals made, the energy, the money, let's give a big round of applause for the parents who make this happen. In this year's U19 Homegrown Division, runner-up, St. Louis City SC. Please come forward and grab your medals. One more round of applause for St. Louis City. And saving the best for last as we come to an end in the 25-26 season, with great honor, I present the U19 Homegrown champions from Columbus Crew SC.
Such a pleasure to be at the MLS Next Cup all week long here in Salt Lake City. A dramatic and fitting conclusion. Columbus, your U19 Homegrown champions. Thanks for joining us all week long in Salt Lake. For our entire production team, my partner Kaylin Carr, I'm AJ Ricketts. Columbus, your U19 champs. Good night from Salt Lake.
This copyrighted broadcast of the 2026 MLS Next Cup may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Player Development, LLC.